Right. Let's just get straight into this. Big up everyone that's locked in, like and subscribe. Jesters, Matt, Fata, Declare, Josh, Alex, Chris, Andrew. Big up you guys. I can't be bothered for an intro. I'll be real with it. Let's go straight.
End the show. It's only going
Yeah, there's no point. Like, we already know no one's had a good night. No one's enjoyed today or anything like that. There's no fucking point. Let's just get into it.
Lewis, there was one. I saw your fan cam. There was one person who was happy.
Ty?
You said Werner was the best player.
Yeah.
I can't believe Werner's best player on the pitch. It then switched to that man Fatter smiling like we'd won 4-2 instead of losing 4-2. He was the only man happy on the day yesterday. Not for the result, obviously, but because Werner had somehow played well yesterday. But there we go. He's the only one.
Literally, man. But I didn't even blame him. He's had so much shit the last 5 months. Werner was our only positive. That and like maybe Mason Mount.
I need to make allegations and stuff from Twitter cooking yesterday. This is my tweet from yesterday after the game. Keep in mind, I was still under anesthesia, and I just watching the game. So there's too many bad. There are too many bad decisions coming from Tuchel lately. I'm not a patient person. Losing to Arsenal made me turn on Frank. How is that statement? Is Tuchel out? I'm taking the Tuchel out. Can somebody explain? Or my English is definitely
it's overreaction. Overreaction.
I wouldn't say turn on Tuchel, but like because people started to turn on Lampard then and say like
we don't need to go into that conversation, Chris.
No, because like obviously,
why
can
be hold on a second. Why are we're not allowed to talk about this conversation? Hold on a second. Every one of you, one by one, please. Let's not interrupting each other. Let somebody finish. I asked the question. Every panelist, one by one, in one sentence, please. Can you explain it to me? Not go in a deeper role, one sentence, please. Based on yesterday's game, who do you blame most for the losing the game? Please, no arguing one by one. Lewis, it's your chance.
The players.
Start with you.
I don't care what people say about the lineup. My only problem was the midfield. In all honesty, the players should have been enough to get a result in that
long
game.
Sentence,
they were embarrassed. Yeah, but that's the way I see it. It was the players. The players.
You put commas in sentences.
Yeah, but. All right,
it's not going to be as simple as a simple sentence, man. So much went wrong.
That's not what I'm. That's I don't think. Maybe I asked a question wrong. Okay, there. Okay, for the people in the back of back of a class or back of the bus, whatever, depending. What I'm asking is, I'll divide it for you simply.
Thank you.
Forward position, midfield position, defensive position, goal position. Tuchel. Go. One by one.
It's two. The defense and the midfield.
Okay, thank you. That's the answer.
I'll say midfield.
Fucking A. Do you see the line in the school? Or are you definitely in the back of a school?
Jester, please. Definitely midfield. What are you on about?
I'm going to say squad depth.
Okay. Matt.
I'll say midfield.
You said, Fata, you said midfield, right?
I'll say midfield.
Okay, Declare.
2 of the goals came from defense, though.
Yeah.
Explain why I'll be here for half an hour.
Not go. Just let's Declare. What do you think?
Squad depth, transfer, bad luck.
Okay.
Combination of the end of season.
Okay, like it's like poetry over here. Like let's rumble.
Defense and Tuchel.
Chris.
I'm gonna say defense and midfield because shambolic.
Josh?
Wing backs for me.
Okay. For me personally, it's the defense in the midfield too. But the number one reason why I blame Tuchel in that situation, above everything, it's because he put all 3 defenders that didn't play any games in a long, long time together. And you can't do that. That's a manager mistake. It's not a mistake because he didn't think they are good enough. It's a manager for me. It's a manager mistake for not rating Arsenal at all.
I don't think
That's
that
how
was
he
it.
approached, and that's
No,
why.
Rudiger
why-
was
No,
out.
just to
He
me,
couldn't
that
play
team-
Rudiger.
But,
capable
no,
of
I'm
getting
trying
a
to explain.
result.
But people in the back of a bus, please, I'm not Tuchel out.
Yeah.
Rudiger couldn't play.
Yeah.
Thiago needs a rest. He's 37 years old. He can't play game in, game out.
Become mass.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
the only thing I could say is I don't want to see Reece James at center back anymore. Put him at freaking wing back because Dave is just not that dude.
He
And
switched it in the second half, didn't
He
do
did,
shit
yeah.
either.
and Dave
Late
gave
in
up
the
the
second
goal.
half, though. Late in the
And Dave
second
gave
half.
up a
Too
goal.
late. Too late. Way too late.
It again.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the legs. I understand he scored, but he gave up a goal, so it cancels each other out.
Look, it's not even that. I always say it's how we approach the game.
Yeah.
It's the give up goal and we're reacting. You see what I'm saying? We always give up goal and then we react. We have to go in the situation where
Don't
we
start
have to
fast.
face.
You don't start on top.
Exactly.
Mhm.
What the problem? The reason why I blame more on defense specific individual mistakes, and more than that on Tuchel, it's because we give up the goal first. We did not start. Hold on, let me finish. We did not start to play bad until we give up the ball. Give up the goal. You see what I'm saying? Like the goal gives up. No. We're not playing good offensively because we already conceded the goal. We have to play better offensively because we began. We're not approaching it in the right way from the beginning. And we conceded individual mistake. How did we concede the goal? And I will get to Stephanie. You misses about the Jorginho in a minute. I will get to Jorginho. Just let me get.
What?
No. I was trying to say
He's preempting. He's
you misses,
preempting.
but I'm
He's
preempting it.
Yeah, he's preempting.
I'm gonna go from the mistake to the specific situation when everybody's cooking me on the Jorginho thing. If you think that individual mistakes will correct by Jorginho, it's on you. I think we can sit in the same way with Jorginho and without Jorginho in transition. By not playing Jorginho does not mean that we're gonna we're gonna play better with Jorginho. But I understand why people think that because we're getting cooked on the same situation transition. So what's the point?
And it's also because the energy's different. Kante gets so much protection, and I'm sick to fucking death of it. I'm tired of it.
And that's why I'm bringing up the thing. It's not about individuals much. It's about individuals who play together. You can, for example, I said it like a long time ago. Like Jorginho and Kovacic are the best two we have, and I would like them to start game all the time, better than, for example, or Jorginho and Kante. But Kovacic and Kante, they cannot play. Robin Loftus-Cheek and Kante, they cannot play. Jester, Kovacic and Kante play one time. They played good. Before that, they didn't. One game, I'm not taking it as a reference.
Exactly. The Kante Kovacic pivot is barely turned up.
Exactly.
Liverpool at home in January, Atletico away last season. Other than that, it's turnover merchants. The pair of them. Same thing with Kante and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But again, this is the thing. Like we were talking about this when we were backstage. When Jorginho has those fuck ups, he is getting roasted. And again, when you make the mistake, fair enough. When it's N'Golo, it's, oh, we need to help Kante. Oh, he's in bad form. Don't worry, he got 4 man of the match on the run. Shut the fuck up, man. He has been washed for over a year. And he's managed to get credit based off performances in the run to the Champions League. And I even said there were some games where there were other players who deserved that man of the match over him. But he won it based off credit and because of the reputation that he's had. I'm tired of it. If you're going to sit here and tell me Jorginho is washed, give me the same energy for N'Golo Kante or I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of it.
I told him
he's on 290k a week. We complain about Lukaku's wages, about Werner's wages. Why don't I hear this energy? Where's this energy?
I said he should have been sold last summer. So
got money in the bank, that's why.
I remember when we first
and for people who say about Christensen, he was arsed the whole first half. I'm going to say that now. He was dog shit. Fucking awful. Same as like everyone except Mount and Werner. They were all arsed. I'm not protecting anybody in this game. They were all arse. So before
By the
anyone
way-
says it, no bullshit, no agendas, just talk logically. I don't want to hear
Look.
any bullshit.
I think it's the partnership that they play better with. Mount and Kai Havertz play better under partnership. Those two, everybody agrees with that. Why it can't be same thing with Jorginho? Why can't be same thing with Christensen and Thiago Silva? Thiago Silva had to start yesterday. I
No,
got
to
answer
me,
the
he
call,
didn't
sorry.
have to start. He
shouldn't need
deserved
to.
the rest from that sore game. We should have been capable with the back three that we had, but they were all idiots all game. How'd you get duppy by Nketiah? Eddie Nketiah.
This
Like,
season's
fucking
David, this
decent, man.
season's
He
David
ran
McGoldrick.
rings around that defence.
He's this season's David McGoldrick. Remember Sheffield United hadn't scored in
No,
the Premier
'cause
League, and then he comes
McGoldrick
against us
at
and
least
scores.
turns up consistently against us. He don't.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't even
but
think he's fucking played against us before.
he's this season's winner of the Chelsea Angel Goal Draft.
And Sarr and AC made it so fucking easy for him. So easy. Silva got brought on when he should have been resting, and even then he struggled because the whole system was just a fucking mess and the players were all playing like arse.
Yeah, we can go through a couple of the things here. So, on the pitch comment that Tuchel made, let's address that right away.
Please address that. I'm so annoyed.
I don't think y'all understand. It's not really the surface so much as the size of the pitch. We have a very narrow pitch at Stamford Bridge. It's 106 by 67. So in contrast, Wembley is 117 by 75. So you have less space, and you have less space to move in. And that's why in the past our defense has been so good, because there's less pitch to defend. Tuchel likes to play with a wider
That's a
pitch.
pitch that we should be comfortable with.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's the home
but that
pitch.
doesn't suit
That's so
what Tuchel likes,
funny.
how
That's
Tuchel
so
likes
funny
to
that
play.
Tuchel likes to play with a wider pitch when none of our players actually overlap each other, but only one, James.
Well, that's fine, but he likes to play with a wider pitch. That's why our away record is better than
Things
our
are
home
about to get
record.
worse. Yes, Babs. What are you saying?
How are we all doing today?
Fine.
Doing for your top three.
Bruv.
Good. I don't see a lot of smiles like I saw yesterday when I came on the preview.
Now, we kind of sound like you.
Let me hold on. Hold on. Let me ask him a question. Do you
Go on.
think you beat us or we beat ourselves? True, honest
Bit of
question,
both,
please.
bit of
Babs.
both, to be honest. But obviously you gave us goals, so I can't sit here and go, yeah, it was just all Arsenal.
Thank you.
Not
That's all I.
plus.
That's
But-
all I needed.
But we were also
Now
pretty
you can
decent as
cook
well
us because we deserve it.
we didn't give you guys any chances. Pretty good defensively, I'd say, and we weren't even at our best defensively.
Yeah.
But you guys made no big chances because of how decent our deep block was. And I think Arteta actually, I wouldn't say outclassed Tuchel, but having an
He
advantage
did.
defensively with Saka dropping down deep gave Arsenal
He
a
did for
numerical
me.
advantage. So in that aspect, Arteta did well. And on the counter attack, we were pretty decisive. Marcus Alonso versus Bukayo Saka was always going to be a mismatch, always, and especially against
despicable
with
things.
Malang Sarr behind him. Nketiah, you guys made him look like prime or 9, so thank you,
Yeah,
Andreas
we just
Christensen.
want you to resign them.
Thank you very much, Andreas Christensen. I know,
Yeah,
I've heard a lot about your penitentiary, but a little
Think it
goodbye
vibes.
gift before going to Barcelona. Love to see it.
Great gift. Yeah, great gift.
But yeah, look, it was a game where I didn't learn a lot about Arsenal. I know that we can hurt teams on the counter. And to be fair, we beat you like that last year. Not as good as on the counter last year. We were a bit more lucky last season. But we can beat big teams on the counter attack. But to be honest, I know you had key players missing, but we had no proper centre forward. And Nketiah's a backup striker, if that, a Carabao Cup striker. We had no Thomas Partey, no Kieran Tierney, no Tomiyasu. And you guys already are the better team. So with all those key players that Arsenal already had out, it's not like it was easy for Arsenal either.
Correct.
Yeah,
But,
it's right.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
we took advantage.
Looks fucking
Yep.
easy.
And that's why I think Arteta did better. Arteta actually outplayed because he looked. How did we concede the goals? He literally. I mean, it's the way we concede the goal. It's on a quick transition. He literally looked at previous games. and he did exactly what they did. That's what we did.
And
That's it.
also,
let's stop this nonsense right now. If
Also,
we have our
Tuchel-
starting
Tuchel-
our best starting
Tuchel
11 out there, that
disrespected.
doesn't happen.
Tuchel for.
But that's not the
get away with
question.
it.
Yeah,
Tuchel
well,
might
it
not
is the
get away with
question.
it.
That
It's not
argument
the
would be valid
question.
if we had our key players playing as well.
No,
So-
it wouldn't be because if we have our strongest starting 11 and you have your strongest starting 11,
You see,
we
that's
pipe
the
you.
Excuses.
But we don't
I'm
know
not-
that.
Period.
That's not how
End
it
of.
And to be honest, I hold this argument because remember when you guys beat us to the second game of the season and we had Mari at centre back and Holding and players like that, and you guys are like, oh, we came to Arsenal and beat you guys, and we said we had key players missing, so it goes both ways, right?
We
it goes
had
both
we
ways.
had 8 key
So-
players missing. 8.
8 key players. I thought you had 4
Yeah.
key stars missing.
You're mute.
8.
Who's on mute?
Who?
Who's on mute?
Who's your 8
look,
key players
look,
missing
look.
from the lineup then?
Did you want to speak? Though?
Yeah, no, I was
Well,
saying
the
like,
whole
where was the
back-
lineup?
whole
I don't
back
care. That
defense.
lineup was enough
That's-
to win.
Yeah, exactly.
The
The
whole
lineup
back
was enough
defense.
to win. I don't
It could have been
care.
enough to win.
No,
We should've.
it wasn't enough to
It
win.
was enough to win.
No,
It
Like,
wasn't.
One or
no,
two
it
more
was
we
the
could've
players
easily
that
won.
didn't apply themselves. It was the players that didn't. My only
If
problem
you're
with
playing
that
for Chelsea
lineup was
Football Club, it should be
midfield.
enough.
Problem about that, yeah.
This
Well,
is an
there's-
Arsenal team with
You guys
one
gave
win in
up-
5 games. And you're telling me that
Yeah,
lineup
yeah,
isn't
exactly.
enough to get Brighton got a result against them, Southampton got a result against them, Palace got a result against them. A Palace team that we've beaten on an aggregate score of
And Southampton,
7-0.
Yep, you're right.
And you're telling
But
me
they
that
play
that
together
squad wasn't
week
enough
in,
to
week
get a
out.
result?
But this is what I was
No,
saying.
I
though.
don't care. That squad had enough quality.
I said
They
this
played like arse.
on the preview the day before yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? I said in the preview that we were unlucky in the last 2 games, and I had people laughing at me for that. So this game, we just took advantage of the chances we weren't taking advantage of in those past few
the
games.
mistakes at
Like
the
in
back.
the
Yeah.
last 2 games, for example, that Smith Rowe goal, for example, would have gone wide. But in this game, we went into the back of the net. It's just a bit of luck, innit? But I mean, the penalty, for example, Aspilicueta had a stinker. He had a stinker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
not
not a-
but that
that's-
wasn't a
that-
pen.
that's
That
not a
wasn't
pen.
a
That
pen.
wasn't a
That,
pen.
that
not a
third,
pen.
I
the
don't
third
care
goal,
because we
he-
didn't deserve
he
to
gave
win.
the
but
ball
that
away
wasn't
for the
a pen.
third goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
deserve
yeah.
to win.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gave the
I
ball
agree
for
with
third goal.
Yeah.
And to be fair, what it was the penalty was soft. But because he gave the referee a decision to make, and the referee gave it, they were never going to overturn it because it wasn't a
No,
clear,
but
obvious error.
Yeah.
VAR doesn't
But
exist.
Saka was smart. I'm
I
not
don't
stupid.
care.
Saka
We
was
lost
very
anyway.
smart.
We
Saka was the one
Well,
that
yeah,
actually
go down.
holded his hand, and
Yeah.
Saka released his
Saka
hand.
was very
right
smart,
in
man.
the-
I can see what he
It's
did.
smart.
I'm not.
It's just smart, man. That's what it was.
That's
It
it.
wasn't
I
smart. It
can't
was
deny
poor
Costa would do
refereeing.
something
but
like that. Costa would do
That's
something
that's the
like that.
EPL.
Yeah,
It's inconsistent as fuck.
I think it's not a pen, but the Mount should have had a red card. That's a fact. And look, I don't know, man. Like I still getting cooked over on the Twitter. People saying that I'm too loud. You fucking morons! If you
Why
think
do you
so.
care, Alex? Why do you care?
Because
Just don't-
You know it's Twitter, right? They
Please,
live
Alex,
for that
man.
kind of
You
thing.
need
Bring
to-
it here.
Alex, don't mute them. Alex,
Don't
mute
don't
them.
take it that deep of it.
Alex
Yeah, but that's how
his
football
own show
works.
where he
That's just
cuts
how
out
football works.
people chat comments and Twitter,
That's what
and
I
you can just
mean.
have a whole show to
Why do
yourself.
you-
It'd be great.
Why do you?
Just ripping on people.
You know, lions shouldn't be focused on the opinions of sheep, Alex. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So,
just leave
so
it.
that's
You
to
said
answer your
cheap, Chris.
question- So to answer your question, Babs, the way I say we have 8 players out that shouldn't be there. There's 8 players on that pitch.
We're not
shouldn't be
replacing 8 players, Jester. We're not replacing
We've
8
done it,
players.
but we
in
brought in more than 8. We've brought
I want to
in
hear who
7
these
to
8 players are, though.
Okay, Lukaku doesn't want to be here.
I mean,
We can
you mean replace 8 players? I thought you had 8 players out that would have started.
Oh no, 8
Oh,
players
but that's
that,
different.
Hold on,
that don't want
that's
to be
different.
here and
Hold on a
aren't good
second.
enough to be
Yeah,
here.
hold
anymore.
on a second. Chilwell,
Rudiger, Thiago,
Thiago,
Kovacic.
Kovacic.
I would say
uh,
Jorginho's our second best
Havertz.
midfielder, but
No.
Havertz
no.
didn't
Yeah.
start.
Right.
Havertz starts. That's 6. And
7.
7.
There's
7
Like
players.
Jorginho, it's 7
But
players.
to be fair, I will say this: if your 2 backup
If it
strikers
was up to Matt, he would
cost
say
over
8, yeah,
150 million pounds, I mean that's not bad, is it?
Yes.
I just don't
No,
think
it is
Lukaku-
if they don't want to be here.
Well, that's
Or if they don't
cut free.
perform.
That's not. If you pay the money for them, they should want to be there, and if they don't want to be there, there might be a bigger issue.
He done an interview. He told you.
Oh, are you? Let's
can go
You
not.
watch
did hear the interview, right?
Yo, you still
You
have
gotta watch
Pepe.
the
Until
video.
you get rid of your Pepe, don't talk to us about overplaying for the
No, we
players.
know
Oh,
about
yeah,
Pepe.
Pepe,
We know about
stop
Pepe.
that.
We do.
So
man.
we know about
but
Lukaku.
Chelsea have a lot more Pepes than we do. You've got a goalkeeper on the bench that's worth the same amount.
Yeah,
So,
because he was,
Yeah.
so
No,
it's,
but the same concept.
like there's
the same
levels to this about
concept
spending
now.
money.
Bruv,
So
that's not an excuse for both teams. So let's.
it's not an
why
excuse
we
though. I
don't
never said it
forget
was an
it?
excuse.
Then why don't you play
I'm just,
Pepe?
I'm
then?
just
You
looking at
mentioned
Chelsea
it,
and I see
exactly.
Ziyech coming off the bench. I see Lukaku starting. I see Werner starting. I see Havertz coming off the bench. These are all 80 million pound players, or at least 50 million
Yes.
pound and beyond.
Werner's
that.
No,
So,
And the only one that's turned up recently is Werner.
it's
and
Timo
The rest of
Werner.
them have all just been
Look,
inconsistent.
and
They've all been
instead-
inconsistent as fuck this
instead
No, but remember
of
when
them
they had
I do wanna
the
say
this
though-
game.
well.
Mount
I
is
wanna
the
say
only one with
Ziyech.
any semblance of consistency, and that's what's saying a lot.
Yeah, I
And
want to say a
if-
shout out to Tuchel. Thank you very much, Thomas Tuchel. He gave us that win.
Yeah.
Yes,
did.
he
Nah,
disrespected.
players did.
He
He gave us
disrespected
players
the
did.
game.
It's
Sorry,
both.
I
It's
still don't
both.
see
It's
that.
both. Players and
Nah, the
Look,
players
I-
did.
Because
Players
Tuchel
did.
started that
Players
lineup,
did.
gave us that win. So it gave our players confidence again. The likes of Smith Rowe and Saka grew into the game, and so now going into the next games, these
Tuchel doesn't
Arsenal
escape
players are
any
confidence
criticism.
players. They're the young players. They need confidence. So you guys gave us the confidence. Thank you very much. And we'll keep it
Tuchel
moving.
should not escape any criticism from last night. Please. Please.
I
he
don't
should
think
not
it's that
escape
deep,
any
Prem, though.
criticism. I'm not saying it's fully him. The players take it as well, but he should not escape any
exactly.
criticism from last night. Please. We've
The
got to
one
stop this.
issue.
We've got to stop this cultist thing where we blame one side or the other. Both of them deserve.
Lewis, you know why I
deserve
like I
shit
said, you know
yesterday.
why
They
like
deserve
if for
it.
example if it was a mistake that you just don't change the whole back line at once. That's on Tuchel. That's why I
Yeah.
pick on Tuchel.
No, but I agree.
If
I
you
said it
if you
before.
look, if you ask him individually as a players, yes, they should have done better. 100% with you. But it's a difference between when you put all three of them together. It's like, for example, we win from Mount, Kai Havertz, and
Werner.
Timo Werner.
Yeah.
All good. We will go against Arsenal. Joe
All
Pulisic.
good.
No, do you see the
In
comparison?
recent games.
In recent games,
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
If-
think
in
Havertz
recent in
before the
recent
last
games,
few
Timo
was
Werner,
cool.
Yeah.
Mason Mount, and Kai Havertz were best three front, right? In recent games.
Yeah, I guess.
So we go all through those, and against Arsenal, he removed all three and put Cho, Ziyech, and Pulisic
Lukaku. Yeah.
or Lukaku. How do
Yeah,
you think those front three would have played?
There's not even a striker in
But
there. though.
again, we're
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
two
no,
different
no,
things. Because,
Ziyech, and Cho.
No, here's the
hold on,
point.
stop this. Because
But it's a
you
two
have to
for
play the
Here's the thing,
players that
because
are
Rice and
available
AC
to play.
Was they Reese and
What?
AC both played in the fucking Palace game, didn't they?
Yes.
AC did, yeah.
AC started
And
in the
Reese.
Palace game.
And
Yeah,
Reese.
And
Yeah,
Reese.
Yeah, it was a
Right,
different
Right, so we had
formation.
players
Roman
that played
Loftus-Cheek
the last
played
game. It
wing
wasn't a
back. No,
completely
Christensen did
switched
not
back
play
line.
against Crystal Palace.
He did.
Huh?
He did.
He did in the FA Cup
He
game.
played in
Yeah,
the
he
centre.
did.
Oh, I thought,
Yeah.
I thought, never mind. I
just
messed up
Salah
with Real
came in.
Madrid.
Just
I
Salah
thought it
came
was
Right, so
Real
the
Madrid.
defense didn't completely change, and neither did the attack.
Yeah,
not
that's
No, I'm trying
play-
to say like I'm trying to put the comparison between, of course, Segal is gonna be. I'm trying to put comparison like how you switch from zero or from like you know what I'm saying, from three that you constantly play versus the ones that you don't play.
they weren't available. You can't play an injured
Rudiger
player or a
was there.
player that
Rudiger
Vizio
was
just
there.
said not
Rudiger
to
was
play.
there.
Like I
we were
said,
in.
One at a time.
Like I said, what was missing yesterday was not the quality; it's the wrong. It
Selection.
was Thiago Silva in the middle needs to be between Christensen
Bro,
and Sarr.
we didn't need Silver. AC should have handled that himself, and he didn't. It's as simple as that.
We
You
know
cannot play a 37-year-old game in, game out. We will
can't,
play
exactly, but we
63
have to play him
games
in
out
this
of a
game.
possible 66.
No, we
this
didn't
year.
need to play
To be
him.
fair,
The
Thiago
players
Silva struggled
didn't
in this
perform.
He
There's a
did not
difference in
play.
standards
Hasn't
between
minute.
AC.
Thiago
He
Silva
did
matches
not
are
play
perfect for
previous
us.
Bro,
match
this
at all.
time last year, we were saying that AC could come in and you would barely see a difference, and he was balling out week in and week out. He was brought in
Yes,
to do
but
the same
right
thing, and he
person, with
didn't
the right
do it.
person.
This time last year,
no,
he
with
didn't
the
last
right
year.
He didn't have a
person.
contract
Last
for
year.
Barcelona on the table.
Yeah,
I'm
He-
quite
and
done with it all.
But then he would have been poor against Palace as well.
Yes, but he
The
wasn't
problem
playing
is
in
he
the
didn't
center.
turn up. It's as simple as
Head
that.
in Barcelona. Interesting.
Yes, I actually believe that. I do think he's got one-headed
Head
Barcelona
turns.
Yeah,
right
and of
now.
course, who wants to
That's
be in
what the
London when you could
problem
be in
is.
sunny Spain?
But he has the
Like
ability.
Barca.
Like
He's
he
on the beach right
definitely
now.
could have come in and replaced Thiago Silva for that game.
Get
He
some
didn't
paellas.
perform. It's as simple as that. He didn't perform,
Lewis.
but the problem wasn't playing that back three.
Okay, so if the 37 years old age was the factor, he did not play game, and he only before, and he played only 10 minutes game before that. So technically, he didn't play for 2 matches before that. How much rest does he need?
Shit, yeah, he only did come off the bench, didn't he? Okay, you know what?
10 minutes.
You know what? Cool.
10 minutes,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but he played every
Fair
minute
enough.
for the
Fair
for
You know
running games
why was he
before
benched?
this.
It's been 2 games. It's been a week and a half.
Because of those collective
Cannot
goals
believe
that
this
they
shit.
conceded.
I cannot believe
before.
it.
But AC can't play by
collective
himself.
goals?
He can't play
Yeah,
by
but it
himself.
wasn't just AC. Why was Reece James playing right centre back?
That's
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
because as
Like that's the only thing I.
There's
did
a lack of
question about.
defenders.
No,
I
but you
would
had
have-
Aspilicueta playing as a wide wing back.
Yeah.
I'd rather Aspia centre back. Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah,
That's
surely.
one thing about too
we,
short.
yeah, we
I-
don't know
I
why he does that.
really
I think
criticise him
Tuchel
about.
didn't trust Aspie against Smith Rowe and Martinelli. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
It
no,
might
that's
be a
true.
pace issue. I don't know. Like
Yeah, it
Martinelli
is the pace
didn't-
issue.
He always
Martinelli
does
didn't
that if
start.
there's pace.
No,
Martinelli
I said
came-
Martinelli or Smith Rowe, as in
No,
either
I'm
one
just saying,
starts. They're both
I don't
techie
even
wingers.
understand why. It's the problem. That's why he gets. That's why he.
Yeah, it nullified your
again,
threat on the right hand side completely.
Again, he didn't treat this, and maybe some people will like this. He didn't treat this as an important game, which he didn't do last year as well. He didn't treat it as an important game. The whole point is how many rotations you do, fine, but it's the point of contact. We need to secure third as quickly as possible, and then
Exactly.
you can rotate. Then you can rotate as much as possible.
They're
I
all
don't
dropping
care.
like flies, so it doesn't matter.
As long as you get the third secured as quickly as possible. But can we?
I still think
We've
it's
done the
secure.
defense. We need to talk about this midfield pivot, man.
The
because
freaking
that
FA
is-
Cup match is on May 10th. How long?
that
Wait,
was
now-
the
the rest of
no.
players until May 10th.
Wait, hang on. But our next game, we have to
2014.
play Sarr, Chalobah, and
West Ham.
Reece James. We have to play against West Ham. We have to play Sarr, Chalobah, Reece James
Why do we have
as
to
a
play
centre
Sarr?
You
back
have to
next
play
game.
Sarr Chalobah.
No, I don't-
AC's injured,
Surely you
isn't
wanna
he?
play
Isn't he
Sarr.
injured?
I don't know if he.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
Yeah,
was
what would you
injured.
guys say if you lost to West Ham?
He's on his period.
Because your home form's been awful recently.
And then we might be in trouble because then we can only go like
Very
5 points
trouble.
clear if we have our game in hand still. Like,
Because right now, how many points are we behind you? As in, because Arsenal and Spurs are
okay,
same
we
points.
got a
Five.
game in hand. It's 5 with a
Five.
game in hand. 5 with a game
Five
in
of the
hand.
game in hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I still think
guys,
we make top four
what's up?
comfortably, but yo.
Just
But
wanna
I think
secure it.
we got to start a little conversation about Chelsea at home this season because I've seen you
Oh,
drop quite a
our-
few points.
We
our
don't need to
home-
start the conversation about
We're
this
just
shit, man.
It's only been the last
Shit,
three.
that's
Why?
it.
Why is
What
no?
the
But you've
fuck?
also had
No,
results
but
like Burnley at
our
home as well.
form, it's like
What
I
we
think
need to
we're
know
11th.
is let-
11th
no,
in
no,
the
no,
league.
no. Hold on a second. Like, let's not trigger people over here like me that trigger quick. Let's trigger you. Let's talk about Arteta in or out. It's his third season. Is he in
Oh,
or out?
perfect.
Why them Arsenal?
I've always
No.
This
Like,
is a
he
redundant
triggers
conversation.
Why are we
out.
doing this?
Hey, Lewis, I'm out.
Is it in or is it
Why-
out?
why
You
are we
said?
talking about
Just
this?
did you take care, bro?
Yo, Babs, they asked me the same question yesterday, and I told them win, lose, or draw. It's a redundant conversation because you have to evaluate the manager at the end of the season. And also, I don't know about you, but when we have these conversations after every game, win, lose, or draw, it's just very reactionary.
My reply to
I don't-
that is based on what Brovs just asked about. We need to talk about my form, Chelsea's form at Stamford Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to talk form at Stamford Bridge. That's not the problem. We have a bigger
He's just
problem.
asking the
But-
question, and the
but can
question
I
is that
mention
we're
one
10th.
thing, though?
We're
You
shit.
guys haven't beat us.
We all get the
you
super
guys
chats.
haven't
by
beat
the
us
way,
at
I'm not
Stamford
ignoring any
Bridge
of them.
since August of 2018.
Mhm.
Mad. That was Emery.
You know why?
Fuck. Jesus.
Tuchel doesn't rate you, but he
Okay,
should.
but-
it's not even just that. It's Lampard as well.
Yeah,
He's calm.
but
If he
should.
doesn't rate
Yeah.
us and he gives us points every year, I'll take
Exactly.
Yeah. But how have Arsenal been since 2018?
that. Sorry.
Okay. You want to know?
It's not
you
a big
wanna know
derby
another
game
stat?
between you guys anymore.
You want to know
It is.
another
You know how
stat?
top
It
clubs
is because
loses
whenever
this
you
lo-
win, you're all talking mad as well. So it's
Yeah,
not.
but-
it's
No,
not
no,
the
but like
way.
every time before the game, you guys are really sad.
Chelsea strikers.
Yeah,
this
because we're not
season,
always in the
Timo
best
Werner
form,
and
but you
Lukaku.
always give us the charity win and we take it.
Yeah,
So-
that's what it is. It's a charity. So
Yeah,
if you
but
guys
we
lose
take
to
it.
Chelsea,
But
it's
I'm not here to
expected.
s-
But when
I'm
you
not here
guys
to laugh
win,
at Chelsea,
right?
though.
It's
I need
charity.
to answer that question
I
that I
agree
just
with
asked
you.
about Mikel Arteta.
No,
So
no,
if
no.
I was just 1 second, if I was
We don't have to
he
talk
asked me if I
about. We
was
don't have to
Arteta
talk
in or
about
out, right?
Tuchel.
One at a
Yeah.
time. One at a
I
time.
was
Yeah.
asked about Arteta in or out. I'm gonna
No,
say
no,
in,
but the
but me
question that
saying
led to
in
that-
doesn't go. Arteta's perfect and he's the best in the world, and there's nothing you can prove upon. Me being in says I see what I see in him. I see there's something potentially in him. I believe in his project, and I see that he can do something special long term. But I still see deficiencies that he still needs to improve upon.
Facts. Yo, I want to talk about the fact that when these guys I was speaking to them yesterday. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not expecting much. I said we could still win. I still believe that the team could still win. But looking back at it, you guys did change your lineup, and obviously you had to change your lineup. Would you say Thomas Tuchel took the game for granted, or is it the fact that you don't have much
I
to
think we
play
just said
for?
that, didn't we? Just
You don't
speak about
have
that?
much to play for.
No, I
And-
think he thought that West Ham was harder game to play. That's why.
Oh, really? Okay. How about
This
this?
is exactly what it was.
How about this? How about
Plus
this?
the injuries.
Your best goal scorer was not actually in the game in Kai Havertz. Was he injured?
You mean Mason Mount?
Yeah, Mason
No,
Mount's the top
not
scorer.
Mason
Mason,
Mount. Kai
no,
Havertz.
Havertz is another one that we're overprotecting at this point. I'll be real about it. Like, form over the whole season hasn't been good enough. The last few
But
games
we-
hasn't been good enough, but we've been okay with it because he's been the best of a bad bunch up top. If we're being real about it. None of our strikers are consistent. None of them. Like, Mount's been our best finisher. If we're being completely honest about it. Lukaku has been utter arse throughout the season. Werner's
I'm
only
winning-
turned up
I'm-
now.
I'm winning
Havertz
the
only
bet.
turned up between February
winning
and
the
March.
bet. I
Still
said
was
from the
nowhere at the
beginning of
start
the
of the
season,
season,
Mount will
and he's been
outscore
nowhere the last
Lukaku,
4
and I'm
games.
winning that bet.
Why?
So it's just
Why
Mason
is
Mount.
your attack so inconsistent?
I don't even
It has
know
to be
at this
Thomas
point.
Tuchel also.
Lukaku don't fit the system. Werner, until the last few games, is just a stormtrooper. Havertz is on credit because he scores clutch goals, in my opinion. Ziyech has been inconsistent unless we play with him at right wing in a 4-2-2, or we play him out wide. Pulisic just has barely shown any level of consistency, and Cho's been crap this season too. They all have.
know
It's
what?
just been Mason Mount.
All the
He's
players
been the
you
only
just
one
named-
that's been really consistent.
All the players you just named, apart from Cho, are
I'm
all
sick to
players
death of
that cost
overprotecting
heavy,
players. I'm
heavy
not
amounts of
protecting
money.
anybody anymore.
That's
I'm
true.
tired
Why
of
you
it.
why you bringing money
No,
about
because
it?
I
Did
bring it because
paying
I always
it.
get it at Arsenal. I always get it at
What?
Arsenal. If Party has a poor
Yeah,
game, it goes, oh, Party
Because
cost 50 million
Arsenal
pounds.
have heaps of problems than Chelsea.
Right,
You
so
guys
it
can
goes
admit
it goes
that,
both
yeah?
ways. So I always
Really,
look at Mikel
really
Arteta,
doesn't.
and Mikel Arteta gets a lot of criticism because some of the big players he has for big money that he hasn't bought, for example, in Pepe, he'll get criticised because he's like, oh, why is he not getting the best out of Pepe? So why can't Thomas Tuchel get the best out of Lukaku? Because he bought him, by the way. Don't forget that
No,
he
no,
bought
he
him
did.
to the club,
Oh,
right?
Because
He was a part of
Lukaku's
the guy
down
that bought him.
tools.
Chelsea
He's
bought
down
him.
tools. It's as simple as that, then. Just down tools. So no man management.
Well, how he started, made an interview, right, and said he criticised the manager's tactics, and said he wanted to go back to Inter before, while he's in his prime, while being at the age already, which isn't that far off. So he made his desires known publicly. He tried to exercise player power, and it didn't go his way. Everyone turned on him, and he played badly from that point. It fits perfectly, and he hasn't.
Well,
and
why
he-
Timo Werner?
Werner fit us. It was
This
just
is
his
a-
output.
You
was
wanna
his
know
problem.
something?
This isn't a Tuchel outfit, but why hasn't he, in over a year, got better out of these attackers? Apart from Mount.
He's
You
tried to. We've changed
What?
formation.
What has he
He's
tried?
switched.
What has he
He's
tried?
switched the attacking force as much as he can, and they all continue to take the piss.
But why hasn't he?
We went 5
He
at the
didn't-
back.
he didn't
We
get the
played
striker he
4 at the
wanted.
back. We played a system that didn't
I
suit
saw a
Lukaku,
mad
and
stat.
we played a
Matt,
system that suited
that's-
Lukaku. We played
that's-
We played Werner up top. We played Werner on the wing. We played Havertz on the side.
Yeah.
We played Havertz in the wing, in the middle. None of it gets consistent end results.
No,
Yeah, but
None
correct
of
me if I'm
them.
wrong, but isn't
No,
Werner
there's
your
only-
top goal
there's only
scorer since the
two
start of last
managers-
season?
Hang on.
No.
No, it's
There's only
Mount.
two
I think.
managers- There's only two
It's
managers.
Werner. He said it yesterday on Sky
Hang on.
Sports.
There's only two managers.
Sky Sports,
Says a lot.
no.
Hang on. There's only two managers in the league that get the players that they want normally, and that is Klopp and that is Pep. Okay?
And then that's what the
If you
problem
get-
is.
if you
Tuchel hasn't
get-
had what he
he's
wants.
had- I'm sorry. This isn't Tuchel out thing. I don't want it to be perceived like this, but he has to take some responsibility for not improving these attackers. He's had over 1 year training and hasn't improved hardly any of them. You can't get Kai Havertz starting from the start of the season. That's on Kai as well. Pulisic is injured. Fine. Werner, he hasn't improved at all. He's got worse. And you've got Lukaku. You know what?
But then you
Sometimes
look, there's a reason behind every single one of them. And I get what you're saying with Tuchel as well. He could take some of the criticism, that's fair enough. But I'm looking at the players that he has to deal with, and I'm thinking, I'm not surprised. Like, we won the Champions League with a squad that wasn't his, and all we gave him was Saul and Lukaku when we wanted more.
Very
Yeah,
true.
God
Yo,
damn
Lewis,
son.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
the
head off.
same
We did
thing
not.
that happens every time we win a big trophy. We've seen it in 2017, 2010, 2015,
Lewis.
every single time.
Lewis,
So I'm
let me
not
just-
surprised.
let me
Give the
just-
manager what he wants, and then if it doesn't work, then we will criticize. And then the main focus is on him. We have known our attack has been asked for 4 years, in spite of whether we change it, who we add, what the formation is. I don't give a fuck. They've always been shit. Always.
Let
So
me say this,
I'm
Lewis.
not gonna put the blame on Tuchel. I'm not.
I'm not even
One
saying
second.
all of
I'm
them.
tired
I'm
of
saying
it.
all of
Let me
them.
just say this.
I'm not
I'm
saying
gonna
all of them.
leave.
One or two.
No, I
One or
understand.
two,
I
just-
understand.
Bro, I gotta
My
go,
head
but-
right now.
I gotta go, but I'm gonna tell you this: there is no pressure on Thomas Tuchel to get performances from now until the end of the season. You don't have an owner. You don't have anyone who's going to sack him and change him. Realistically, he's not going nowhere. And any fan who's saying Thomas Tuchel needs to go or something like that, that's ridiculous. But when it comes to back to yesterday's game, anybody who's saying Chelsea went with a weakened squad, we went with a weakened squad also. We based on our situation that we have, we played a weakened squad than we usually go with.
Bro,
We
the
played
lineup's an
Elneny,
excuse. The
Elneny,
lineup's
who hasn't played all year. Rob Holding, who doesn't start majority of our games. I don't remember the last time he started. I don't know, Bab, if you can either. And also, when you look at our front three, Eddie Nketiah doubled his goal tally. He had 0 before this game. He got 2 yesterday. And by the way, that is the same amount of open play goals as Lacazette. So when it comes to this whole situation, you guys can sit down, play how bad you guys were and everything else. But when it comes down to it, everybody walked into this game expecting a Chelsea win, except for our players, and they had the belief to go out there and do it, and they deserve a lot of credit there.
Can I answer you, Eagle? I wasn't that excited as people. You on the stream, you can look it up. I wasn't excited about the game. I freaking knew it. I just didn't want to say we're gonna lose, but I said it's gonna be the tie or 1-0. But the question was about yesterday's game. I do think Tuchel gave you the game more than better. My thing with it, my problem with that I always say in the game, the first goals really matter. The first goal matter, and we gave you, and that opened us up. We had to go forward to equalize. We equalized the goal, what you actually gave us 2 second one. I think it's the weak shot from Timo Werner. It took a deflection. It was a weak shot. Then
About 12 deflections.
yeah, well, then it was what's the name?
The second half was a tactical masterclass by Arteta.
Yeah, I would say in masterclass. I would say he was adjusted better to the second half. Based on what he knows that Tuchel could have done, he adjusted
you know
better
what?
than Tuchel.
The sanctions and the fans being missing is going to affect
By the
you
way,
from now to the end.
thank
Sanction,
you,
no, it
guys.
don't mean
No.
anything. That
Bro,
was like,
you
what,
had
5
nobody
minutes?
in the ground. You
It
had
was fi-
nobody.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
I was
yes,
there, bro. What are you talking about? It was 5K.
Bro,
I
Lewis,
seen images
silent.
I
Maybe
seen
that's just
images
normal, innit?
of sections of the. I
That's
seen
at all home
images.
grounds.
Okay, it wasn't
I've
full.
seen
Yeah.
images. Of
I
sections
can
and
the guy.
Yes, yes.
Just
Other
like
than
the
East
oldest,
Lower,
there's
which was the
nobody,
family section, the majority was basically full up.
Look,
It's not that deep.
I
Okay,
can
but
tell
then
you- I
if
can- hold on.
I bring you back to when
Can-
Saka took his penalty, I see a still image.
Other than the
can-
East stand, which was the family stand, the majority was full. You're not
Yeah,
listening.
school tomorrow,
Okay,
innit?
but will that affect you from now until the end of the season?
No, the East
Look.
stand's quiet anyway. It's a fucking
look.
family stand.
Look,
I
guys.
heard a
look.
quote from one of our players yesterday. He said the fact that obviously you guys only had 28,000 or something like that, it felt like a home game because our away crowd were
So
taking.
I
out the
was on
noise.
TV.
Yeah.
I
Your
was on
away
TV. I
crowd's
swear-
louder than the home crowd all the
I was
time.
Felt like
on
a home game.
TV.
How come you played so well?
I was on TV. I promise you, I was watching the game on TV. I can't go to Stamford Bridge. I swear, I heard we have Mick Arteta
Yeah,
louder
yeah.
than
Yeah.
anything. Promise, hand to God. It actually was.
Yeah, it was louder.
Yeah.
I,
It was-
I,
Yeah,
What was
that-
loud?
But
Apart
Alex,
from the
Alex,
East.
Alex,
There are
that's-
Arsenal
Alex,
fans
'Cause they're
saying
winning.
about
Alex,
singing
that's all-
louder than Chelsea fan. That's
Yeah,
a fact.
Yeah, the atmosphere
And
was
Was it
arse.
Arteta chant or there's nobody
Yeah,
in the chant? All
The
game.
atmosphere was arse, but it had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the sanctions. That's an excuse.
Oh,
I'm
the
saying
atmosphere
I'm
was
saying
it
the
will
sanctions
affect
has
you
to
from
be-
Yeah,
now
yeah.
to the
I'm
end of
It
saying
will
that
not
Arsenal
affect us
fans were
any
louder than
differently
Chelsea
than the
fans.
atmosphere affected us
Alex,
previously.
that's happened
Arsenal
before.
fans were louder yesterday than Chelsea fans.
Yeah,
On
that's happened
TV.
before,
That's what I
Alex.
heard.
It's
That's
got
happened
nothing
before.
to do with the sanctions.
No,
It's
I'm
got
not saying
nothing.
so.
Away fans
I'm
are normally
not-
louder than home fans.
I'm
now.
I'm
not
getting
saying
to the
that.
truth,
Away
Daddy.
fans is
Don't
normal.
worry.
It's
Lewis,
always- always
throw
always
away
louder
word
than
sanctions.
home fans.
Throw away. I'm just saying Arsenal fans were louder than Chelsea fans at Stamford Bridge yesterday on
Yeah.
TV. I don't know.
No, in the ground as well. In the ground as well, definitely.
So
They were louder than
All
us.
the
I'm
away
just saying it's
fans,
got
though.
fuck all to
All
do
the
with the
away fans
sanctions.
are louder. Even at,
No,
Let me
I
go.
did
Let me
not-
go through the super chats
even
because
at
they're all
Liverpool,
asking.
even at Liverpool,
One
that
sec,
great
one
atmosphere
sec,
at
guys.
I
Liverpool,
later, Lewis,
really
man.
away
Thank you.
fans.
Take care, bro.
I'll see you guys
Bradley
later.
Cocal
Yeah.
says, for me, it's our home form. Sky posted them and they were terrible. Other than the last 3 games, I don't think our home form has been a massive issue. It's just been prevalent now. But
We're
that's only
11th
been
in the
case
table.
recently.
We're 11th in the table for the worst home games.
No
in the
way.
season.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're like
Well, a lot of
3
draws.
points
That
below
is
them.
awful.
Everton.
11th in the table. That's
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I don't
I-
believe that. I need a
Alright,
studies.
cool, whatever.
We've had a lot of
Dinishan
draws.
says, I'll take one-legged Kante over Georgie. Of course you would. That's exactly my problem. Most
Played
overprotective
like he
player
said
in the
one leg
squad. I'm
yesterday,
tired
so
of
he
it.
played.
Big up yourself for the donation, but I'm not reading that. Felipe
Yeah,
says we need a Pulisic right. Oh, Jess is not even here. Stop with the excuses. We got outplayed. Simple as that. What was worrying is that this isn't the first time. Yep. And it's the same thing that happens as the last 3 home games. We get done in on transition time after time after time. That's where I'm now looking at the manager, because we are seeing a consistent pattern as to where we're getting beaten and it's not changing. That is on Tuchel. And that's something he needs to work out. The lineup to me, like, I don't care about. We should have won with that lineup.
I think
and
one
that's
person
just
would have
BS.
changed that the whole game. It was Thiago Silva in the middle of that defense.
I don't know.
Maybe,
would
but I
like him
doubt
there.
it. It
Maybe,
didn't change
but I
much
don't
in
know.
a second for me. Frosted Myth also says, big up yourself, how to save Arteta's job. So simple. Play against Charity FC. Yeah, he's treating us the same way Ollie did. With letting these fucking bummy managers just save their career of results against Chelsea, but we move. Go AM says, my man deflecting the Bitchinson convo harder than United fans. They asked about Chris Brownwood coming back. I've said AC was
Good
poor.
God.
He was shit. Like I said that 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna say that now. He got ran around by Nketiah for 45 minutes, and God knows why he came off. He should have played a lot better. And I'm not saying he should have been benched. He should have handled those situations much better. But his passing was sloppy. He got caught out so many times out of position. Not even really surprised that he got benched at that point. That should have been Silva's rest game, and he had to come on and do a job. Same thing
Rest from
happened
what? Didn't play for 2 games.
One, but we
Rest
moved.
from what? Didn't play for 2 games.
I think he's been playing a lot this season anyway, Percy,
played
but I
against Real
understand what
Madrid.
you're saying anyway. I get what you're
That's
saying.
Arsenal.
Charlie says, Asby, why was he mad at the fans? I don't
Exactly.
know. I think that was just two
It's
people's
one fan.
emotions getting the
Reactionary.
better of them at that
No.
point.
Yeah.
Asby should have firmed
Sort
up.
of, but it was like
The guy shouldn't have
There was
bitched out when
conversation
Asby
there,
came
though.
up to him either. It wasn't
Yeah, he
that
did. He
deep.
was, yeah.
The fan shit himself when he came over anyway.
Yeah,
Tuchel
he
said the
shouldn't
fan
have.
was
Like,
right
if
as
you
well.
think the performances are poor, just say it's poor. I
Didn't
don't
Tuchel
care if
blame
a
the
player
pitch?
comes up to be questioned about it. If they're shit, I'll say the performance wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
Well, maybe he was questioning how loud was Arsenal fans singing versus Chelsea fans.
Probably. That would be a good comeback, to be honest, because the crowd was arse. So I wouldn't even blame him. Both sides have something to be pissed off about. Completely.
Yeah, so when
Anyways,
people-
you guys
I
take
guess.
care of
So
yourselves. I'm
so
out.
when
Yeah?
Take care, Babs. Love.
See you, bro.
I agree with that.
Anyway, so when people saying you're not a homegrown fan, you're not allowed to speak, you're not true fan. Well, if I had the choice going, I will fucking scream louder than you people are to answer to those people that go to the game, and I will get on the pitch and I'll punch somebody if it was me.
Oh.
Oh, right. It's like a
Who's-
fine.
banned.
who's-
He's
who's
gonna be
what
banned
player
there.
Alex is going to try to punch.
You're
I'm
gonna
not
get there for life then. What a waste.
Who are you going for?
But at least I will be remembered. Say,
You will be
remember that
remembered.
fan
Not
that
not
punched
well.
Lukaku for
Oh, you...
or Timo Werner or
Hey, leave Timo alone.
J5, I'll run in the middle, I'll slide.
That's-
Yeah, you knew you had to hold
How
yourself
time
back
to
from
get arrested
finishing
real
that
quick.
Alex
sentence.
will think about it.
No.
And
I just
suddenly-
read somebody.
suddenly you'll
Alex,
go-
shut up, you waffle.
Yeah,
LOL.
Alex will think about it and suddenly go, "Oh my back!
Coming for you.
I can't."
No.
move."
I just.
Jasper says, "Can't you take an L without excuses?" It's not excuses. Like, we should have won and we were shit, so we didn't win. I don't hear any excuses. There's reasons for the defeat, but there's not excuses. I don't
Is
think
that
anyone's
super
coming
chat
up with
addressed
that.
to every single football fan? That's a
I don't even know.
Every
bro.
I mean,
single
that
fan base,
pitch
doesn't
was
Two
bumpy.
Taliban says Mendy best goalkeeper in world football, right? I think a conversation does need to be had about Mendy because, like, he hasn't been good enough the last few games. And Matt, I know you've been talking about this for a while, so you can have the floor on this. Well,
Yeah, apparently I have an agenda. I have an agenda against him. Apparently, according to Andrew, I got an
think you do,
agenda
man.
against him. When
You do, it's
you know,
been
I
a
said this a
while.
month ago. Since a month ago that he's on a decline, and look, he has been on a decline. You know, and we've got people
Name
on
me
the
the
bench who can
mistakes
Is
come
it
in
a
and plus it.
decline or is it a drop in form?
Name me the
That's
Drop in
mistakes
form,
you did
decline's the
yesterday.
same thing. Declining
No,
No,
form.
decline's
you know,
more permanent. Like, Kante's declining.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean that. The decline in form, whatever. He's dropping form. You know, he started from the West Ham. Ever since Sancho got a goal on him, he's considered 26 goals. You know, last season he had that fantastic defense in front of him. He was still a fantastic keeper last season. He's still a number one keeper. But when you're in this run, getting
make
him on the
people
bench,
happy
making him
chat.
have competition against himself will give him the mentality that yes, I need to fight for my place now.
Number
Give him
ones
one
don't
game
have
of rest.
competition. Number ones don't have competition first.
Yeah,
of all.
there's always
That-
competitions.
There
Messi
is
had
not.
competition. There's
Who's-
always
what's the
competition.
competition? Hang on.
He's
What's
he's
the-
not
what's the
number one.
competition at
He's not the
Liverpool?
best keeper in the world.
What's the competition at Liverpool? What's the competition at Man City? What is it?
Well, man, this is
Lewis.
Edison and Allison. It'd been
What's
there
the
for 3 years.
competition? What's the competition at Man City?
You got
What's the
waffle.
They don't have
competition
competition, but what's
Exactly.
that?
Waffle
They've been there
for
for
the
3
happy
years.
That's a good
But you got to
idea.
have competition in football. You don't understand. You got to have competition in football for you to get a better mindset. When you're dropping in form, Edison didn't drop in form like this. Allison never dropped in form like this. Mendy's gone.
Allison was in terrible
He was
form
up
last
here.
January.
He was up here.
Do you not remember
but now
Man
he's dropped to
City
here.
when they lost 4-1? When they lost 4-1 at Anfield?
That's on the defense, though.
No, but
What do
everyone
you mean?
praises
No,
Mendy
Allison's
for being a
shit
world class
distribution.
keeper and all that. People, Mendy's a world class. I think he's a fantastic keeper. He's a number one keeper. But when he's playing like this, and we're rotating players on the
I thought he
pitch,
could have
why
done
are we
better with
rotating
first
our
goal.
keeper as well? You know, we can say if Butts and if Butts Howes, I don't go off if Butts Howes of help. He might save this. Kepa might. I don't care about this. We should be putting Kepa on the pitch to see how he goes. If he doesn't perform, then we can put Mandy back on. But we've given Kepa a chance. FA Cup, he's done well. We give him in the Club World Cup, he did well. We played him in the Prem, we played him against Tottenham and all that. He did fantastic. Who says we can't?
Oh my god. Can we risk that anyway? Like right now?
Yo,
I think we can risk
Yeah.
that. We're risking other players.
W,
We're risking
my
playing a
guy,
Loftus Cheek and all that
left.
shit.
Because
didn't even say
we
anything.
can still go
Alright,
8 points
yeah,
clear,
take
like
care
if
of
we win our
yourself.
game in hand, but I don't
Okay,
know. I feel
well-
like it's too risky.
We're
I-
taking
I
the
find
risk
that-
of playing these players like Lukaku who haven't shown anything. We're taking the risk of playing Saar who haven't showed anything. But why are we taking a risk on Kepa who showed something? He showed he can play as a
With
fantastic
Lukaku,
keeper.
I feel because Kai Havertz lately wasn't in good form.
But that's the
that's
same as
why I
Mendy. Mendy hasn't been in good form.
I don't think he's been as good as he like normally, but like I don't think he's been like a real issue or nothing like that, or like been that bad. Like maybe the
Yes,
obviously
Santa, that is a new
Premier League game.
record.
What's a new record?
W was here and gone in like a minute.
Oh,
Didn't even break the conversation. Didn't skip a
Say
beat. Nothing.
No facts.
Cash.
No,
he said big up everyone.
No, I just wanted the record, innit? Okay.
yeah,
No
Mendy
worries,
is
man.
better
You
than
got the
me.
record. It's yours, bro.
Okay.
And yeah, W's gone, but here's why it is.
Right, carry on.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
no
the risk. I love Kepa as well. I think he's a great keeper, but like I don't want to like risk like putting Kepa in like it's high pressure still. Like if we lose against West Ham, then I feel like the pressure is really on.
No, I
Like-
think he needs to be dropped just for motivation now because I think he's feeling too comfortable. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
any
what I'm
other
saying, you
player
gotta have
had
competition.
had
That's what I'm
performances
saying.
like this consistently, they would have been dropped for a game or two. So for me, he needs to get dropped. Where was the other super chat? Charlie
another
again
one.
said Malang Sarr should never play alongside Alonso. To be honest, in hindsight, that left-hand side was just asking for trouble, but we didn't have any other options. So we
Did
were
you thought
stuck
Alonso
there.
was that bad though?
What? Alonso got absolutely cooked defensively.
I think he
Saka,
had
I don't
moments
think
got
he had an
cooked, yeah.
easier opponent.
Yeah. If you asked for suicide in that left hand side,
It's not only about. It's not. I mean, there's a goal when him and Sarr just completely didn't know what to do with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
what's
yeah,
his name?
moment, yeah.
The guy just toe poked it in the goal.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Charlie
we're doing
says
this
next season there'll be a new striker. Lukaku isn't clicking Chelsea for. He did nothing yesterday. Just jogged around,
Did you see his
missed
heat map?
headers, had some bad touches, and that was it. And a
I
few
thought the
thumbs
first
up.
15 minutes he was actually trying to get
Thumbs
over the line, and then
up.
he just like dropped off all of a sudden.
His
And
heat
all
map was
thumbs up and
his only
touches.
heat map was on the kickoff.
I think the
That's
first half
what
didn't he have
everyone
like
was saying.
18 touches?
Whoa, I don't know. I looked
Yeah,
at the heat map.
Sarr
Yeah,
had
Gem
more
showed it. It was
touches in the
horrible.
game.
Yeah, Sarr. Yeah, I know.
It's mad.
I can't have Sarr playing next game. It has to be Silva.
What? Did we have
Stop.
an ejecto cuz? Someone get ejected. I missed it. What happened?
Would we have to? We have to start Chalobah.
Someone
I
get
think with the four
ejected
Chalobah.
already?
Yeah. W came and left in the space of a minute.
Oh, W. Nah, come on, man. W. I know I grate on him, but W's not that bad, man. Come on.
Yeah, W's not that bad, but it is
He's not
what it
that
is.
bad. Come on, man.
It was
Gotta
just
let him
$100.
speak.
Well, he hasn't had a chance to be bad,
respect
so
the
I guess
rules
that
of the
helps
game.
him maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
What you can do? Rules are rules.
I know. That's fine.
You have to respect the
Channel
rules of the
profits.
stream, man.
I have to respect the rules. I
Exactly,
totally
yeah.
understand. I just feel sorry for him. He doesn't even say a word anymore. He just. he don't even say
No,
it.
but like to be fair, he was
He
here
didn't
for a
say
minute and he never did.
That's what I mean.
He's being respectful. He's letting everyone talk. You know, unlike Nathaniel.
By the way, Lewis, when I said Stephanie, I meant in the future. Before I was trying to bring
Oh,
it up.
because you thought something was good. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah,
I
I
get
thought
you.
it was some. I thought the minute that I'm gonna start to talk about midfield, people are gonna go to think that I'm gonna go towards.
I was
Jorginho.
waiting to hear what you had to say about the midfield anyway, but like we've
I
addressed
was,
that.
and I like look.
Because-
I said it that the way we're structured, he is. We can't get rid of him. He is our only defensive midfield. He's horrible at it for me, but he is the only defensive midfielder that we have. I don't think is actually physical.
No, but like
anything
that's
going
why
on.
I always say like our pivots. If we're talking about best pivot, it has to be Jorginho plus, and then you add a player.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
It
have
dep-
to.
but it depends to be plus who. Because if those
I think
two
anyone
are
Me, it's
not,
Except
Kovacic.
Loftus.
Like N'Golo Kante, man, is not it right now, and he's playing way
Exactly.
too much in bad form for me.
Yeah,
I
3 losses
seriously
in the
don't
last
know
4
who
games.
else to
to
play.
Kante.
Is it Jorginho and Robin Loftus-Cheek?
Jorginho-
Jorginho
I-
and
I
Kovacic
should-
for me.
No,
Yeah, but
I'm saying
Kovacic is
Kovacic
injured
is injured now.
I think
Oh,
Kante. I
then
think we have
Ruben.
to.
Then it's Ruben.
Nah.
get-
By default.
I would
get-
for Kante
If
over
we
Ruben
keep
still.
Jorginho,
Ruben,
I'd
like,
get
I've
a proper
questioned
DM.
on.
Has to be a proper DM. Has to be a proper DM next to Jorginho, not even like a free runner like Kante or Kovacic. I think physically it needs an actual another DM.
Destroyer.
I don't think the pivot works without that. It's too
Yes,
weak.
that's what I'm saying.
It's too
That's what I'm
physically
saying.
weak.
I think we need the substitute from creating by
Yes.
putting player beside Jorginho, so we will not concede.
It needs that Kante Matic fit.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
needs like that. It needs that.
Yeah,
physical-
that is brilliant.
I know Matic's got some scary stats that season as well. He got a lot of assists, I
Mm.
know, but it needs that physical presence in there. Then
Yeah.
you have the wing backs and the front three as your creative
To be
forces.
a free runners.
Yeah, exactly. That it can't be someone and then someone who runs. It just can't. It doesn't work. That's why we get exposed all the time.
Mm.
Because as great as competition can take,
Clash
they
Ref!
want to run.
You see, the reason. Look, I think it's the what's his name? If we would have
Yeah.
somebody, I don't care if Jorginho, leave even Jorginho to be in the back, but if we had somebody beside them that can pass it longer, that doesn't. You see, our midfield cannot pass, so they have to run, advance. By the only way they can advance it's only by running, because those chicks cannot move the ball without running. Both of them, Kovacic and what's his name,
Yeah.
Christians, not
Kante, Loftus-Cheek,
Kante, and what's the other guy?
Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek. They cannot pass.
Yeah.
They run it. If you have someone like Jorginho in the back that can stay a little bit closer to him, he can pass it on the wings. You don't have to pass like, but something that
So you
will
need to find
expose defense.
attributes. You need to find a passing DM.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about launching it 50, 60 yards every time. Just something that goes 5, 10 yards forward that progresses the ball. And they sit. They sit.
Wait, you're saying someone like
And
someone
another
like
thing,
Jorginho?
and another thing,
What are you
people
saying?
under.
Jorginho.
I'm not,
Physical.
when I'm saying, I'm not saying like
yeah.
you have
what
to
it is.
have a midfielder. You have to have a midfielder. You don't have to like that can pass long ball, but
Yeah.
sometimes you have to shoot long, just because to keep the defense on alert and see them as a threat that they always can run behind us. You don't have to make it like something out of it. Just hoof the ball to Timo Werner into the space. That will keep the opposite defense at check. They will be known that they will have to. You don't have to do it all the time, but you have to do it like every 7-10 minutes, just to keep the defense know that they have that threat.
Which is what was so good in 16-17. You had Kante and Matic there. Release the ball to a Hazard, a Willian, a Pedro, or an Alonso, Moses, and let them five go up. You had the back three and them two defending, and that was so compact. That was compact. Or you start talking about different. Unfortunately, you start talking about different formations or something like three in the middle or something like that to counteract, because otherwise the midfield will get blown through. You know, like they're a ghost essentially. It's like it's just not good. It's not
With
Jorginho.
Jorginho,
Not good enough.
with Jorginho, he's had 3 losses out of his last 43 games starting. So he's only lost 3 of the games out of 40.
He's been overplayed.
Yeah, but
no.
But
No, that's a
Massively.
fantastic stat. Do not hear that stat.
But that's
He's won
not,
40 games since he
that's
started.
A
He's only
false.
lost 3
That's a
games. He's only lost 3 games since he started.
But Matt, he's been overplayed. We saw it this season.
Yeah,
He's
he's
been
on
overplayed.
false
painkillers.
narrative too, because you are
And we're paying for it now.
you're not conceding, you're not losing, but you're drawing. How many draws in this game?
That's not a loss. Kante's played 3 games, 3 losses in 4 games. It's still a loss. I'm not looking at draws. It's a loss.
Look, I think
I think
when
I'm looking at the loss.
when I first started coming on this channel, my first question, I think if you remember, I asked if summer before, if Kante, if the money comes for Kante, would you consider selling? People said no. Kante is the world class. We should keep him. He should retire at Chelsea. All I'm saying is, do people still think that now?
My thing
I
is
think
this,
I think
Alex,
saying that last year was reasonable. You could say that last year because he's
my
been
thing is
fantastic.
this. If this club goes to negotiate with Kante,
Again. Sorry.
Okay.
Again, to answer you, which campaign, Premier League or Championship
Premier
League?
League,
Because
we
we
shit.
play different.
shit.
Because we played completely different league versus Championship League last season. I just want to
league we
know
were shit. League we were
exactly.
Shit. We got.
We
in
did
because
not
of Tottenham.
qualify for people.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting that Championship League. Remember, Lewis, when you said that we always get bad after the championship because we forget how we played in the league that season.
Yeah. But the thing.
Who would you sign? If we get rid of Conte, would you sign?
Tchouaméni.
For me,
Listen, that is a wrong answer, Matt.
Okay. Well, if you know my answer,
Listen,
why are you asking a question?
No, I'm not Matt. Matt said too many, right? You get rid of. Listen, you saw the French players yesterday, Sarr and Conte. These guys are free birds. They don't have discipline. They are workers. You need Jorginho beside them. If you bring Tchouaméni into it, he's a Pogba but with defensive capabilities. He doesn't have
That's exactly
discipline.
what I want.
That's what
Tchouaméni. That's not our.
Don't have a world-class player on bench as
That
well.
is not our system.
That's exactly what I want. A passer with defensive capabilities.
That's what I want.
Thank you,
class.
class.
I think Classic, and then we can have Jorginho on bench Classic as well. We can
Bless Chris.
That's what
we can have Jorginho on bench Classic, and then Tuchel looks at the bench and goes, "I can put a starter on the bench if Tchouaméni isn't available." Is that what you want?
I
Like a
don't.
city,
I
like
don't
Manchester
want
City?
French midfielders. I want a French attacker, probably Dembele or Nkunku. I don't need any midfielder, or I don't need any defender, French defender. Kunde, I would sign Kunde because he's been in Spain. He knows about discipline. But listen, Tchouameni is the wrong signing for us. And plus, listen, we need to start debate about Kai Havertz. What is the point of Kai Havertz? 72
Why
million
not, though?
euros. No, forget about Werner. We saw Werner, right? We saw the Werner
played
struggle
30
last
games.
year. We saw how Werner struggles. We saw how Mason Mount struggled with Kai Havertz. Everybody struggles with Kai Havertz. If listen, Lukaku is one of the worst player we have in our strike partnership. But trust me, we lost yesterday game when we subbed Lukaku. We changed the system. We put Werner on the left. We put Mount on the right, and put the guy Havertz in the middle who can't even penetrate. This guy doesn't have a speed. He's not
What do you
good
know
for
about
our club.
penetration, Virgin?
This guy is gonna listen. This guy's years, and this is the guy who's gonna be problem. He's doing exactly what Rashford did 3-4 years ago. I know his game. This guy is not good enough for our club.
But
He
don't
is
you think the
slow.
age
And
difference as
people
well?
are talking.
What about the age difference?
Listen. I tell you, I'm telling you right now. Tuchel's gonna give Lukaku a chance. He's gonna give Lukaku a chance because he
He
knows
hasn't really got
about
a choice,
Kai
to be
Havertz.
honest.
Yeah.
He knows about
I'll
Kai
find a way
Havertz.
to sell him. The only thing that I'll agree with you when it comes to Havertz is that the output needs to be a lot better, and a lot of people aren't talking about
From
it.
the start
Guy
of
has
the
one
season.
extra goal than Lukaku this season in all competitions, despite playing over 800 more minutes. Like, let's be real. If we're going to talk about the output of all of our attackers, include Havertz in that too, because he hasn't been good enough this season, other than a string of a few games before the end of the international.
Look. How much do you think
In
Basuma
terms of
will
the
cost?
problem, we do still play better with him in the squad. It's just the output continues to just be impotent. And that's what the problem
No,
I
is.
got a question. How much do you think Basuma will
This
cost?
guy, this Havertz guy, needs a perfect system. A perfect system, a perfect midfield, a perfect defense, a perfect wingers to give him the passes so he can tap in. No team can afford that sort of a luxury player. He's a Berbatov. Listen, Tuchel said it. He's a Berbatov, Van Persie, and what's his name? Bergkamp. Bergkamp was never a first-team player. Berbatov was never so much. He was a clutch player. Listen, this guy is for me a German Dali Ali. Listen, when Dali Ali did all those, kind of fancy celebration, and all the Twitter was like, he's the best next English thing. Kai Havertz for me is exactly that, like German Dali Ali. Shy Kai Havertz, he's a problem. He doesn't need to rest. He didn't need to rest. Look, Mason Mount and Werner need a rest. He didn't need a rest.
No.
Mason, no.
I thought he shouldn't have played because he'd been poor the last few games.
It
wasn't a rest thing.
Exactly, that's what Tuchel.
He weren't playing well.
That's why Tuchel had Lukaku.
He weren't good against Palace.
He was tired.
He was shit against Madrid too. Like, he scored a header. That was exactly
as anyone else who played
perfect
the 120 against Real.
I'm not saying he wasn't bad, but you could see him. He was just like, and that's the problem because unlike the rest of the guys who play a full season, this guy only starts in January. So it's short burst.
No. His form is only meant to turn in January. He had plenty of game time in the first half of the season.
Right.
You forget Lukaku was out injured for about a month and a half, and he was just ghosting. He ghosted the entire first half of the season, and because of that, you know what we said? We said the second half of the season when we're going to see. We saw 10 goals and assists in 12 games. Fair enough. The form was good then. The last 4 games has not been good enough. He had 2 big chances against Brentford where we could have turned the game round. He bottled them both. He had a big chance against Real Madrid, bottled it.
Exactly.
And we call him clutch. That's the main reason why we're patient with him, because he's clutch. He turns up in the big moments. Didn't then. He hasn't been good enough the last few games. No one talks about it.
Because of one goal. And it's the Champions League fund. That's the only.
But this is the problem. Kante gets credit based off final performances. Havertz is getting credit based off final.
Exactly.
Give me consistency.
Yep, exactly. That's the whole point.
We don't see it.
There's no consistency.
And he's not even from academy. We paid 72 million for this guy. We paid 72 million for this guy.
How much Tchouameni will? Oh, Basuma will cost. You think?
Oh,
How much
50,
was
The problem with
60,
Basuma is it's not
50,
football;
60.
it's outside stuff. You're not going to go. We're not going to go anywhere near Basuma. It's outside football things that are a problem with
What's
it.
Wasn't that
what's
false?
going on
I'm
with
Wasn't
not
that
going to
false?
bring up
Though?
on this stream. I'm not going to bring up on
Yeah.
this stream. It's not
I think
fully
it was
gone away,
false. Though.
but it's not fully gone away, Matt. That's the problem.
Ah,
So we're not.
I don't
gonna
know
touch
what
that.
I don't know what that is. Can you tell me
I'm
what?
not going to mention it on this stream. You're going to have to look it up yourself. That's all.
He's got a case pending. I think
Yeah,
potentially
that-
for sexual
yeah,
assault.
potential case pending.
grape or
Ah.
something.
It's legal
But
stuff.
to me, the fact
No.
that he's playing is a bit questionable, and it's making me wonder
It is,
what's
right?
the situation
It
with the
is.
case. Because Sigurdsson ain't playing. What's his name? Greenwood obviously isn't playing, and
Bye bye, class ref.
Oh man! No,
Oh,
come
no.
on.
Come on, we're having a good conversation here.
Ah,
Not really.
Oh,
You
we're
have a
conversation,
good
Going.
man.
We're having a
I thought
fantastic
Klasref
Oh,
weren't
no,
even being
Krusty,
that
bro.
bad.
No.
Broadcast was
Alright,
fine.
cool. All right, Klasref, big up yourself, man. No, I actually enjoyed today's
Bow down to
conversation.
Frosted
Take care of
Myth. Bow
yourself.
down. Bow down
My
to
guy,
Frosted
as
Myth.
always, hope you're doing well. Bless and peace. That's mad.
Thank
Speaking
you.
facts.
You
This is like a beat.
actually weren't even giving crazy takes today.
Really?
Oh, the man.
Was it?
Frosted Myth, though, like
Oh.
obviously, I'm not complaining. Is what it
No,
is.
no,
Is what
bow
it is.
down to Frosted Myth.
Yeah,
Right.
Bow down.
Yeah.
Frosted Myth is goated. He's goated.
I like these rules.
By the
Man,
way,
it's how much
My
money.
my thing was if Basuma was not guilty or whatever he didn't do. I don't know what he did. I just find out what he did. If he's not guilty,
But we
I
don't know
will
when
take. If he's if he's on cheap, I will take him and Tuchemeni. That will be a sick defensive midfield situation.
Yeah, I'm here for that. I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Pace,
Will we
like
even be
pace,
able to do
power.
something like that? though?
Pace, power,
We don't know
ball.
the situation with the
Yeah.
owners.
Yeah, that's
Damn,
the
that would
first
be a
problem.
sick midfield. Him and
That would be
Tuchemeni.
fantastic.
Now, big up Frosted Myth as always, my guy. And also because I haven't had a chance to pop it. If you do want to remember nicer times, we
By the
are
way-
still doing the giveaway for the Champions League final shirt from last season. So if you guys want to get involved, any super chat, any
The
amount, then you're in with a chance of winning a lottery. And
The,
yeah, as
Yeah,
always,
it's-
guys,
the
Ooh.
watch
thing
it.
is that you said the class
That's his
ref was
favorite.
making sense and you have a conversation. The guy said that literally this is what you get from Tuchemeni, passes and
Yeah.
good defensive.
Yeah,
Pogba-
exactly. He was
Pogba
explaining
with,
what we want.
Pogba defense.
Yeah,
we
but he
wanted.
said that's the
Pogba-
reason why he doesn't
Oh, sure. It's
he
alright.
doesn't want
That's
him
the
for
way.
defensive capability. Are you
At
taking
least it
medicine
wasn't.
for that?
It wasn't worse than his. You know. His,
I know. I was
Bueno
more talking
ones.
about the conversation we were having about the attack. The only thing I disagree with is him saying Havertz was all out trash because that's not the case. But I think we're overhyping his season a little bit. Like his
Yes.
second half of the season should have been involved doing
Same
a lot
thing
more
from
than
There,
what
last
he
there
is
is
right
not
now.
much of the
Does it
second
every
half of the
season.
season first half of the season last season.
But
You
what's,
forget
what's the
that he-
difference?
No,
the difference
it
this
was the
season?
difference.
What's the difference
Last
this season?
season.
There's no Champions League final.
No,
To save him this season. To
No.
save him from any criticism.
No.
That's what it is.
he's still
no-
best. I said it before he
Yeah.
became. Him and Mount was the beginning of where I was saying that it was the best link up since the last season without even looking at it. Those two are link up better than Lukaku will ever link up with anyone. Even though he wasn't
Yeah.
produces like people thinking he should produce, I see him as what's that Liverpool trio, the one in the middle, Brazilian.
Diaz,
Diaz.
Jota, Firmino,
No,
Firmino.
the front three.
Firmino,
Firmino.
Salah, Mane.
I saw him at Chelsea. Is that when he drops in the middle, he is like that's how what kind of I saw Havertz. But I think this he's young, he will progress even better. For me, the first season that he was here, he was got hit by original COVID that affected a lot.
No, I agree
Yeah.
with that. That
That's
and
why
like
he was-
Lampard playing him as an 8-2 both didn't help.
In that position, after that situation, he got worst COVID that ever was. Some athletes never return. Even UFC fighters consider retirement by getting that string of COVID. That affected only because, I'm not gonna bring COVID situation. They said that the athletes were so overexhausted that when they get COVID, their body was so weak that they get the worst situation in the COVID. That was but that's the rumors. I'm not trying to.
Yeah,
Be scientists or
it's that and like
for
I think
me,
the
the first
myocarditis
season at
that you get
Chelsea-
as well afterwards.
The first season of Chelsea, the first half of the season at Chelsea, I scratched based on that and Lampard. But I see
now it's
him,
been
and I
this
keep
season,
saying,
and he's had a
this
fresh
season,
start to the season, and it
Lukaku.
wasn't good enough.
This season Lukaku started. This season Lukaku, because if it wasn't for Lukaku, it will be a same team up front.
Right?
Kai
I
Havertz
hear
and
that.
Mount.
I hear that, but then there's no excuse for the month and a half that Lukaku spent out injured.
Yeah.
Mm.
When he was getting dominated by the
Yeah.
likes of Norwich, despite us winning 7-0.
And he
Mm.
missed the
But
chance.
he
yeah.
also had
Remember
injury. He also
No,
had
he didn't.
injury.
No, he
Yes,
didn't.
he
At
did.
that point,
No,
no.
he didn't.
Not at
Yes,
that
Kai
point. He
Havertz
had
had
injuries
injury.
over the season, but like not at that point. He was
Not
starting
during
over.
that run.
He was starting in replacement. Lukaku was injured.
Yeah, he's missing chances against Burnley as well.
No, I agree with you. He's
But
our best option out of what we have. But I'm not going to act like he's been brilliant for us this season. He hasn't.
Yeah, nobody is. He's 22.
Everyone's moving like it. And it's the same energy we give all of our attackers. Like, I don't
No.
care about the age. I care about the output.
I will give him. You see, you rate him as attacker. I'm rating him on become an attacker. Like I'm thinking,
Becoming an attacker.
yeah, because he plays number 9. For me, I'm rating him number 9 right now, but not
Number 9?
finished number
Number
9
9.
product. He's learning that process for me. You see, people, you think that we're complete team. I don't think we're complete team because on the base 2 seasons before. I'm thinking of complete team on the Premier League level, not Championship League run. We are not even close as a team to run on the Premier League because we are never consistent. You can see it from the past 2 seasons. We are never consistent.
That's a good one. Big up Karim Benzema saying I own that small Chelsea thing, and Ketier's the co-owner. All right, cool. Fair enough. That was a good one.
Last week it was Benzema, now it's in Ketia. Come on, make up
So
your mind.
look.
Consortium,
All I want is us gradually get an advantage. We should have took a measure exactly.
Yeah.
If we if we kept Giroud and left it the way it is, look at that pretty hair. Look.
He's going to go win another league. I can't be bothered.
Look at the pretty
yeah,
hair.
he is. Unlike Tappy.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, you took me off camera because I was showing my hair. But anyway, you see Giroud hair.
Oh, that's what you're trying to have. Fair enough.
Oh, you kind of look like him.
Look, can you imagine if we just adjust
I'm a
a
block.
midfield last season and kept all forwards from the season before?
Kind of,
Giroud,
but like
Kai,
still
but the midfield. This is why I did
need
not.
a bit more
I knew-
creativity in the attack, though.
Look. Well, where's creativity come from? Midfield. Look,
But
Yeah, you know
our
what?
creativity comes
For
from the
me-
wingbacks, though, a lot. It's been coming from wingbacks majority
look,
of the time.
look, we just have creative winbacks, but just this is my how you say it, a dream scenario. This is why I didn't want Lukaku, because I knew Lukaku will bring more worse than good, because he affected not only how he plays, he affected players around him. He stopped progression. The way Timo played last season, the way Kai Havertz ended last season, the way Mount ended last season. As a matter of fact, he ruined how Jorginho played last season, because with him, Jorginho has to be a faster midfielder because of him. If he wants to play, if we want to play based on what Lukaku, Jorginho has to be, what's his name, Fabregas.
Shouldn't we be
Lukaku's
putting
strength.
some mass? It's more physical as well. I was just thinking, shouldn't we be putting some mass on these players as well?
That's a given, Matt. That's a given.
No, but I'm saying, like, how Bayern dinner does it. Obviously, we've heard that. Shouldn't Chelsea, our models, our staff, be putting some weight on these players, like Ziyech, like Jorginho, like even Kante, putting some more weight on these boys? Because I'm telling them, this is the reason why we're getting destroyed. It's because our physicality is not there. Pace is one thing, but I think physicality is a massive thing. That's how Jorginho gets overturned. most of the time.
Yeah. Did you
This
see?
summer,
Did you see?
Send them all to Munich and get on them supplements that they've got in Munich.
That's what Hudson Odoi. I want Hudson Odoi to go there.
Look at Goretzka, man. Goretzka,
Even Sane
turn
now.
into the
Sane
Hulk.
is massive.
That super soldier Munich serum that they go over there, man. Send them over there.
Yeah.
because
No,
obviously-
those schnitzel, put some
Trend of
mass on.
Munich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those
Yeah,
vegans,
Southampton.
like a vegan
Yeah.
thing apparently is a popular shit. Like, no,
Yeah,
eat some freaking steak, man.
yeah, that's what it is.
No pizza, Lukaku. No pizza. No,
No Deliveroo,
pizza.
Lukaku. No Deliveroo. No Deliveroo. Just eat for you, Lukaku. Shred
Can we
this,
deliver him to somewhere?
Bro,
They got a service like that, yeah.
Right, Cameron
I'd
says,
like
"I never
us-
blamed two." Go on, finish your point. Finish your point.
I'd rather have like before we got man. I knew it. I didn't want Lukaku in the first place. I'd rather keep Tammy. I'd rather
No.
keep Tammy.
Oh no, not Tappy.
No. Instead of signing
I
anybody,
am in
Oh,
three,
yeah.
two,
Yeah.
instead of signing Lukaku, I'd rather keep Tammy.
Oh,
That's
Tappy,
what
that's
I
gonna
was
be big
against so
bro.
much because Giroud and Tammy started to get less and less games, and you could tell Tuchel didn't want that characteristics of a player. So I thought we were going to go for a different type of player. Lukaku didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I
It was.
to tell you-
I think it was
to
a
tell you the
panic.
truth, to tell you the truth, I did not know where's the Lukaku. Like, how did Lukaku became such a prime buy? Like,
It was our only
I don't
option.
know
It
how.
was our last option. It was
Because
stupid. It was
it
our last
was-
option. We
it-
panicked.
It surely wasn't last option, mate.
I think it was. It was
so
our
talked
last
about.
big option. Last big option.
Yeah, I don't think it was
We
our
want to
first
make
one,
this
but it
massive
was so
signing.
talked about.
It was
It was
Haaland or
How you
Lukaku.
can
We
market
want to make a
him.
massive
There's just
signing.
there's other factors,
There's three
and I
options.
don't think it's purely footballing reasons.
Three options. Erling Haaland, they obviously inquired for a while and probably in the end said the whole all-round package, transfer fee, agents fees, all this stuff, probably put in a buyout clause to leave in 2 years. They said no. Harry Kane, they don't want to do business. They don't like to do business with Spurs. I would say get over it and get it done. But you know what I mean? They're not going to do it. So then who else? We make a big splash, all about PR. We do this homecoming bullshit. We'll play the video of him when he was 8, whatever he was at the bridge. Oh, I wanted to play for the bridge. We do all that and we sign him. It's a coming home story. Chance to right all the wrongs before. You know what I mean? Fire his boyhood club to the title, stuff like that. Well, that's what it is. There's a PR signing. It was a massive PR signing, a very
would you-
expensive PR signing, and it was to make a splash and make appease us,
Super
or appease
top-
a portion of this fan base.
Yeah.
To go, oh look
Exactly.
at this shiny new toy. We won't
Exactly.
worry about the other areas we actually need. We have bigger concerns with. We'll do all that.
Super
we'll cover,
Tamatukal
we'll
chat.
we'll cover the whole squad with one signing. That's what we'll do. We'll cover the whole of it with one signing. Or we spent £100 million. We broke our transfer record. Who cares? You know what I mean? You left this manager out to dry, so to speak. You know what I mean? But after
Look-
doing what he did in 4 months, and you know.
Can you put Super Tamatukal chat? He addresses me.
Did you read this super chat?
Yeah, let me
Oh,
get
yeah,
through.
read
to
this
it. Cameron
super chat.
says, "I never blame Tuchel, but I believe he made some mistakes in the lineup with Lukaku and Sarr. Yes, players need a rest, but a derby is a big game regardless." I already said I thought Havertz should have been dropped because I didn't think his performance in the last few games were good enough. Just Lukaku just disappointed yet again. Sarr, it is what it is. Right?
He
It is
doesn't
what
see
it
this
is.
as a derby, though, Lewis. He doesn't care it's a
Yeah.
London derby. He doesn't see this. He
But
treated this like.
I
Brentford.
understand the questions on the lineup, but I still say that lineup should have been enough to beat Arsenal.
But
They
what I
had
mean,
one
Lewis,
win in 5.
He treated this as Brentford. I see this as the same as.
And
as
I saw
embarrassing.
that too.
Yeah, as I
In
see it as the
Brentford,
same.
we had a
So
stronger
he saw-
lineup.
He saw
Yeah.
that. He said, but this is as embarrassing
Stronger
as
team.
losing to Brentford. This result yesterday. It's just as embarrassing because they it's not. They're not
Look,
even rivals anymore.
Hold
They're
on
not
a
even
second.
ri-
If we would have lost with to West Ham, if we let's get this straight. If you only have out of those two games, Arsenal and West Ham, you only had one win and one loss, and you know that you're gonna get lost. Which one of them would you prefer to lose to?
Arsenal. Oh, lose to West Ham.
Thank
lose
you.
to it's lose to West Ham because of what? Because let's face it, I don't
it's-
know any West Ham. I don't know any West Ham supporters. Okay, they don't bother me. I don't care.
Exactly.
They're-
It's the same with
they're-
Manchester City. It's
mathematically,
the
they're
same
further
with
behind.
Manchester City.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, but in
I'd
the same
rather
context,
Manchester
Alex.
City to win Premier League and
Yeah, same.
Liverpool to win the Championship League. This is my best scenario out of this season. We win the FA Cup. Liverpool win the Championship League because nobody gives a fuck after you win a couple of times. Oh,
Yeah,
6,
they've won
7, I
6
don't
times.
care. Yeah, 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. Same with Premier League, with
Yeah.
Manchester City. I don't care how many times you won. You have 22 fans. Let them brag about it. what I want is to beat the freaking Arsenal. That's
Yeah,
why I
because
was
of
mad
their
at
fans.
Tuchel.
It's a statement.
Hey,
We have to
but
make a statement as well. We didn't
in
do that.
Tuchel's point of view, West Ham is a harder team than Arsenal, so he
I
saved
agree.
the stronger
I
cost.
agree. I agree.
So you're going to rest
That's why-
players against the easier team?
No, I agree.
Why do
I
we
agree.
mass
I
rest
just
players
think
though? Again,
it's who
it
he rested.
it's point.
It's who he
Look,
rested.
Yeah,
I think this
I
defense
even-
can't
players.
function. This
I
defense
even write
can't
down-
function without Silva
Yeah.
or Rudiger in it. One of them has to be in it all the time with the function. That's how bad. this
Christensen
squad
can't
is.
play by himself.
You know what?
We
You know what,
this.
Alex? I mean, sorry, Andrew. I really think, and even Alex was mentioning, I really think Rudiger was probably meant to play this game when
got
they were
injured.
really trying to
Yeah.
plan this out, and he got injured, and
Yeah.
Silva had to rest because maybe that was all by planned, right? Planned early on who rests and
Yeah.
not out. So I think it was forced. I still believe it was
Agreed.
forced because
Agreed.
if Tuchel can play Silva, he's going to play Silva, right? He whenever he's given the opportunity, he
Why-
does that.
Why he didn't play them last game?
But you know what?
Maybe,
Declan, you-
like I said, maybe this was planned to. He had to rest this game.
But you know what, Declan?
And
Why
Rudiger
he
was
played
meant to
only
play.
10 minutes?
You
Why
know
did
what-
he
you know
play
what-
10
You know
minutes?
what, though, guys? You know what, guys? Play
Yeah.
Silva. Get 2-0 up. Get to the 70th minute. Take him off.
Yeah.
That's
what
how
I would
you
do, right?
approach the
That's what
rest.
I would do. That's what I would do.
You
That's the
start
best
your
thing to do,
biggest
yeah?
players first and then take them off.
And
Yeah,
then,
that's
and
what
then,
we should
and
be
then,
doing.
and then, do you know what?
And it's a
Then you
German
do-
thing. I swear, it's a German thing. Club does same shit.
But then you do this. You could even say, this might sound strange, play him against West Ham, don't play him against Man United. You don't need to play him against Man United. Get these two done.
So,
It doesn't matter because you've got a small turnaround between United and Everton game. Don't play him, don't make him travel. Don't even make him travel. Say to him, have a night off. Watch it on the TV. Go and enjoy yourself.
Look. I gotta answer that guy, a Super Tama Tuchel guy in the chat. Haaland. About Haaland and Lukaku. There's a difference. There's a difference in two. They do play same kind of way. But there's a difference. And there's one big difference. One is hungry, another one
Literally.
is not.
No,
It's
yeah,
it.
there's another one, Alex. There's another point. Have you seen Haaland's interviews? They're funny and really bad. Where Lukaku ones are pretty good. Lukaku's nice and professional, like he's done it all the time. But Haaland can't do interviews.
yeah, because
No,
he's
he's got a dry.
funny, I
I'm
love
talking
it.
about the
He's very-
game. I don't know. I don't watch Schwarzenegger's on the interviews because it's.
He talks like a Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he does. He talks
Yeah,
about
he
What
doesn't
I'm,
know the talk.
what I'm
It's funny.
saying is, one is young and hungry. He didn't win shit in his career that he's gonna drive. Another one, I saw him in the Premier League. I saw him in the Italian league later, not the whole season, just all his highlights that he touches is same as passes. It didn't improve, and that's why I didn't win him. With Haaland, I saw him how he played, and I know he's young. I'll take a chance with Haaland versus I knew what Lukaku was. That's why I want
Yeah.
Tuchel.
Do you think Haaland's not going to score any goals with that team behind him? Do you not think that Kevin De Bruyne next season, if it's completed, has a chance of shattering Thierry Henry's assist record next season without any injuries? Does people honestly believe that?
Big up my
Because
guy.
I would love it. Listen, if he comes over, I want him to flop. I want him to flop badly if he comes over Haaland.
Not for
I want him
us.
to flop. I want him to flop.
Hey, Andrew,
Man
he
City.
can still come to us.
No. If he goes to City,
He's
I
not
want him
gonna
to flop
come, man.
hard.
Now,
Well,
if
I
he
don't know,
goes
man.
to
I'm
City,
expecting
I
our
want him to
new
flop,
owners
and I
to
want him
challenge.
Hold
I don't think we
If he
have
goes to City, I want him to flop and prove
Yes.
me wrong.
Yeah.
I will take
Yeah.
those L's.
Exactly.
Where's that
100%.
Alex that want Haaland? Where's those people that want Haaland?
Yeah.
But for some reason, and I know why is that reason is. I really don't know. But people, why is people afraid if he goes to City?
Yeah, why? Why is that? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? If you think he's not going to do, why are you afraid? Are you telling me?
Who's afraid?
Oh no, De Bruyne is not going to cross it in. Or just have Mahrez
Oh,
do it.
because people are saying like if Haaland goes to City, there's no way people can steal the league from them now.
Yeah.
Because
basically,
look how they playing without the striker by winning the
Mm.
league, then the semi-final of Championship League. How they gonna do with Kane personality with the proper finisher?
Yeah.
Look, in the preseason, no one actually wanted to discuss with me.
Another thing,
About
Super
statistics.
Tuchel, I agree with you. Let's have it right. Broja, please. That's a must.
I want
That's
to
a
play.
big must. In
Yeah.
the summer, that kid does not allowed to be left. So
That's our
or
striker
go
we buy.
Go on,
That-
Declared. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was
don't
going to
worry,
say
bro,
when you
you're
run
still-
when you
you're
run the
in the-
stats of Haaland and Lukaku, they were very close. Then the biggest difference was right. Yeah, you can say the league and all that, and Haaland had a better Champions League record than Lukaku actually, but there was an 8-year difference that no one calculated. 8 years, and no one actually could think like Haaland can come here and flop his first season, right, and then absolutely kill it the next, right. He has so much room and potential for growth, right, that people couldn't fathom. People didn't have patience and nothing, and we have a pretty young foundation of a team. And that's why I really was keen on Haaland for that. But I was making an argument over Havertz over Lukaku. I just did it. The Lukaku thing didn't even make sense to me. I didn't think it was going to fix the problem when you had Giroud and Tammy not even getting a game for me. But like I'm still holding hope that our new owners are going to come here and like really give us a window, and for 75 mil should actually put in an offer. Even though if he goes to Man City, we should actually put in a package to see if he's
At
interested.
this point, I don't. At this point, I don't. I think Broja and Kai Havertz can cook up front. Not every game. Let the Broja get settled into the way we
Hey,
play
that's-
because it's a different. Even though Southampton is not
Southampton.
playing that much difference from us either. They play fast. They play really quick. What we want to play, not like we
So they
play
are
now.
playing different from us.
No. You know what I'm saying.
I
We're
know,
playing
yeah.
with the wingbacks. We play. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Stop making fun of my English explanation.
Don't worry, comrade.
Read between the lines.
Right.
Havertz, Broja, and Mount up front. That's all I'm saying. Please.
I want Gallagher
Right,
up
yeah,
front.
guys.
Oh, Gallagher. How can I forget my boy? That will be my mineral. Somebody needs to come up for me with the proper name for Gallagher for the next season, so I can cook Johnny. Better than Manny Mace Mount, whatever. Friday May Mount. Even though Mount is the most important player on that team right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tune out all of them.
He is. It's not. It's a fact, but he's young, and I give him mistakes that he's allowed to have as a young player. Same as Kai Havertz.
Right, guys, we are going to wrap up the stream here, though. Big up everyone that's locked in. As always, smash the like and subscribe button. Might be back tomorrow. I don't know if it might be a transfer stream or something, or maybe I'll just do Shameless FC and just hold it. But yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. Not even anything I want to leave you guys with, to be honest. So yeah, take care, like and subscribe, and as always, up the Chels.